My fellow magicians, the dawn is breaking on the stage that holds our final destiny. And so, my fellow magicians, let's all go to hell in a fast car and keep it hot. And on today's little pit stop, well, my autumn social season is finally over, which is why we're getting back to the highly structured reads. And what else did I want to say about that? Things should be fairly regular going through the holiday season, going through January, and maybe a couple of months. Like, I just don't know when Mardi Gras is, because that's when things are going to get really crazy, probably crazier, well, yes, crazier than the autumn season. I'll have to check the dates on that, because that's when things will get wild again, and things will be like very like, we're getting a read out and whatever. And I'll be taking more like mini breaks from the channel to do my social stuff. And there was something else that I wanted to address about the channel, and I just don't remember what it is. Let's give it a second. I'm just not sure. Maybe it will come to me. So if I halt the read all of a sudden, it's because I'm going to tell you what it is that I forgot. But I'm probably going to remember at like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Tomorrow. So, okay, so for today's little pit stop, today's read, I have our overview energies out, and we have 2 player characters today, because remember, in the Sovereign Age, everyone is a player character and nobody is an NPC. And when I show you the player character cards, our 2 energy collectives of energies here, remember, like, these are on a gender binary, but I just don't want you to be distracted about that. These could be like 2 people of the gender that I'm talking about, trans people, non-binary people. They could be men, women, anything in between. What is usual, and also describing energy, so yin and yang, right? But what is most valuable about the player character cards is that the picture on the card is typically describing a vibe of the energy of the people who I'm discussing. So we are starting with the android girl. And if you can hold that out, like I'm holding this up. And what I'm getting most from this is that this might be someone who is able to hold a lot of information in their head, but that's going to come at a cost, right? So this could be ADD, ADHD. It's like a multitasker. They can process a lot and at high speed, but that is going to come with drawbacks as well. So focus for this person might be hard, or it might not be hard, because depending on the type, right? ADD, ADHD people can be all over the place, and then they can be like intensely focused on something. So it could be someone like that. This could be someone who is chronically online. In fact, both of our player characters today might be chronically online. I'm not sure, but there's something about the way this person thinks and processes information. They also might come off a little bit detached to other people, or cold, just not as warm. So that's a very analytical person, maybe. They're coming a lot from their mind, okay? It's not giving, even though these wires are going into a cloud, right? It's not giving spiritual to me. This is talking about like information specifically. And on the android girl, we have gift. That is their clarifier. They're either receiving a gift or they're giving a gift. At the moment, I am thinking giving. They want to give a gift, likely to this other player character, who is the elf girl. Now, this person is in a little room, in a little dark room by themselves. This might be an introvert, might be a gamer, might also be someone who is chronically online. They also might do some data processing here, because with all the screens and everything else, they might know secrets. They might know secrets, because with the hood and everything else, it's just giving very like, I know things. Let me think about, this elf girl is also kind of defensive. Like, I don't know, they're just very private into themselves. But we might have 2 masterminds here, but in a different way, because you'll notice like, however the android girl processes information, it is not how this elf girl processes information. And again, don't worry about girl on the card, okay? But what I think about these 2, right, because if we hold them up together, they are facing away from each other. And so these 2 people might both be right now in yin energy, regardless of whether it's a man or a woman, 2 women, trans people, trans men, trans women, non-binary people. And then on this elf girl, we have privileged lady. which is, you know, the privileged lady is accustomed to receiving gifts. So that's why I'm in this dynamic right now, but it could very well be the privileged lady that is giving someone a gift. I'm getting a no. So let's go ahead. There's going to be something in the middle that these two are doing, but I am not called to pull that yet. So that might come towards the end of the read. So let us start with our tarot specifics on our android girl. Okay, so the android girl is likely the gift giver, but not at the moment. And I think this is because it's like this person is in passive energy. But I was like, but they're getting ready to be, and I feel like this is someone who is moving into yang, because like this is a giving thing. Someone who's moving into yang. So this is either someone who has a lot of resources at their disposal with the 10 of coins, or this is someone who manages a lot of people. They could be a figurehead in their community, or this is talking about family, though I'm not really getting family from this. I'm getting more, if it's a family, it's like a found family. And this is money, and I'm getting, I don't know, I'm getting managerial like stuff. So it could also be talking about business. And what we have underneath this is the King of Wands. So this is someone who's just, like I said, like that is the King of Wands when we're not talking about carnal stuff, right? They are someone who is an action taker. They are someone who's a visionary, and they are a leader. They can lead other people very effectively. Like they're very yang. It's like, okay, we're doing this now. And with the wires and the processing information, this is like someone who gets to a mental destination way quicker than other people do, and so they're able to like guide people there at their best. Though they might, like, this is the type of person that depending on where they are with that, they might get very easily frustrated with other people who cannot keep up with them. And I don't know how many people can keep up with this person. It's not giving genius, but it is like, you're gonna know, like if you are someone who just thinks very fast and you're just like, it's coming to you very quickly, and you notice your reaction times are quicker than other people because you've processed what's going on faster, and so you can just start going, you will know that it can be irritating to deal with a slower person. And I'm not talking about an unintelligent person. There are a great many very intelligent people who do not have the same processing speed as others. And so that's kind of like, I don't know, I just feel very irritated right now. Because it's just like, come on, why aren't you all here? And it's just sort of like, so this King of Wands also, they're a little bit, that's aggressive, and it's angry. But I'm not getting necessarily anger issues. It's just an irritant for how this person's mind works. And they can probably be a little bit pushy or pressuring or something like that. And then underneath them, we have the 7 of Wands, which is just like this android girl. Like we have a lot of different inputs, right? We have a lot of different things going on here. And so this is someone who's handling a lot. Someone who's handling a lot, but one of these things that this person has in their mind, along with everything else, is I want to give this gift to this privileged lady, to this elf girl over here, okay? So they're doing, that's why they're facing away. They have it in their mind, they have it in one of their inputs, right? But they have other inputs here that's like, I gotta handle all this first, but I have not forgotten about this, but I gotta do all of this and then come back over here. Okay, and so let's see what's going on with our elf girl privileged lady. Oh, the Empress, wow. Yes, that is the privileged lady, oh, it's kind of like Galadriel, right? The elf girl, a little bit, but that's funny. So this person is like in complete yin, okay? Like they're just like, I'm sitting here. And this person is going to be like in the yang, okay? Unless I see another king might pop up under here. No, but the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, what's happening with the privileged lady? There's a lot going on over here. A lot of responsibility. That could be a lot of, that's a lot of energetic weight. We'll have to look at that. But I mean, they wear it well. I don't think that you're going to see whoever this person is sweat, but they're either doing a lot, they're doing too much, or they have like some kind of energetic burden going on that they're trying to deal with. And it looks, I mean, the Ten of Wands is like coming to an end, right? But I don't know, I'm curious. We'll have to look at that. The Sun. So this is either some sort of breakthrough that they're going to have with whatever's going on right here, or it just means that this could be someone who likes it. So the way that these two are kind of connected in their relationship, because I mean, obviously these people would have to know each other, is that this person kind of processes a lot, and then like this person kind of does a lot. So like it's kind of an interesting dynamic. These two people both do a lot, but it doesn't feel like the privileged lady doesn't feel like, this is so interesting because you would think an Empress privileged lady would just be like someone who just likes to sit back and do nothing. That's not always the case. But what it feels like is that this person, their work, like their activity is way more like, they're the ones who sits back and like tells people what to do. And so they're managing a lot of people maybe, and potentially tasks as well, right? But they're more directing people. The privileged lady isn't directing anyone but themselves. So this just might be someone who enjoys having a lot to do, even as the privileged lady, okay? So we'll look, because that's interesting. I want to look at what that Ten of Wands is. So what am I asking here? I'm not really asking anything about this android girl, King of Wands. Okay, we're going to the Ten of Wands on the privileged lady right now, because I'm just sort of like, well, okay. Oh, Nine of Coins coming out on this privileged lady. This is oh my God, this person. So privileged. And then we have the Emperor. So this person, if this is somebody who, like, yeah, they're the privileged lady, they're the Empress, they're also the Emperor. So this is just like someone who's like, just like this person is kind of like, we need to get things done. This person is also, we need to get things done, but it's in a completely different way. It's like this person is just like in charge of themselves and like doing stuff, like living life. So it's not a, whoop. Two of Swords. You know, this person might not, because I told you, look at this elf girl's kind of like guarded or whatever. I don't know if we're dealing with a little bit of hyper independence here. Like this person is sort of like, they might not trust anybody to do, like they might not trust people to help them, or they might not, like, it's just like, I'm the one who can do this. I'm the one. So there's some interesting little control issues happening here with each of these people that's happening like completely separately. So I kind of get why they're a vibe with each other. I kind of get it. Okay, let me just pull one more on this Two of Swords just to make sure, but it feels like blocked. Like, no, you can't come in here. This is how I prefer it. Just get the hell out. Like, no, you can't do it. You can't do it like I do it. So just go away because it's a waste of time. Like that's very much just go away because it's a waste of time. So like that's how this Empress like gets into the Emperor. It's just like, oh yes, like, you know, I'm the privileged lady and all this stuff, but I've done that and you don't understand how to do it. So just leave me alone. Like that's kind of what it is. It's very like, it's a harsher, like that is like a harsher aspect of the Emperor. Oh yeah, like don't let people in. Like Eight of Cups, you are a waste of my time. Like get the hell, like no, leave, just leave. Like this is someone who just like assesses people very immediate. I don't know if it's a fair assessment, but this is someone who's just like, get the fuck, like this is just someone who's like, you're like, you're an idiot. Like, I don't know. Is this a fair assessment of these people? I knew I was getting defensive off of that elf girl card. I knew it. Three of Cups. Here's the thing. If this person prefers to be in the Ten of Wands, if that's what makes them happy, the Sun, if they like doing things, they are going, it's not that it's an unfair assessment, but people who are more like, hey, let's have a good time. Let's be in the Three of Cups. Let's do this. This is someone who is like, you are irrelevant. So it's not, like, they could probably be a little bit less harsh. I don't know how they're talking to people, but it's just sort of like, yeah, I have no time for that. I don't have any time for that. And so it's just a difference in lifestyle, it seems like. Like, these are just people who don't find pleasure in the same things. And that's fine, but it's sort of like when these little pleasurable people want to, like, come over here, this person is just, like, blocked, like you're not even getting in. Because there's nothing in common, I would guess. Actually, now I am going to go to this Seven of Wands. Is this... Just tell me what the Seven of Wands is, please. This Seven of Wands, the reason why we had to get out the Ten of Wands first is because I had to know this about this privileged lady in order to ask the right question about this Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands isn't so much, it's everything that I've said about whoever the android girl King of Wands is true and accurate. But what that Seven of Wands isn't managing people. Whoever this android girl is, they want to somehow get past. They want to get past this boundary with this elf girl. And so they're like they're on the mountain going, let me in. Like, okay. So we have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So that's tempered, right? Because these people aren't in a relationship. This person over here wants to have some sort of relationship with this elf girl, but they're just like, oh, this person is like not letting me in, or not letting people in who they see in a specific sort of way. So I have to come in a specific sort of way, or else I'm just going to get turned away. And so it is a sweet offer. It's an emotional offer with that Page of Cups, but it is coming with that King of Wands' persistence and insistence. I am determined here. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, I am not going to let whatever this is, like, this is not going to dissuade me here, whether this is how this person is perceiving the reason why the elf girl has their particular barriers, or whether it's like hurting them a little bit. It's hurting them a little bit too. I don't know that this person gets turned away a lot. I'm not sure. The King of Wands can be very attractive. If it's someone with a lot of resources, that could be a little bit surprising for this person too. But again, we're talking about a privileged lady over here, so resources aren't really going to sway them. They might not have the Ten of Pentacles, but they have the Nine. They have the Nine, and they're the Empress and the Emperor and the privileged lady. So, yeah. And so this person is working against whatever this Three of Swords is to give, there's the gift. And I mean, the gift could be a symbol. It could be a gift of self. Let me go ahead and look at this Three of Swords. Pull one on that. The Hermit. This person might have, our King of Wands might have some insight into this person. It also just seems like a long game with this Ace of Cups. Like, this person isn't dissuaded by whatever's going on over here. They're like, nope, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure this out. If this is someone who's also, I'm gonna say aroused, that's kind of the wrong, they're engaged. They're engaged by this kind of stimulus. Like, I'm gonna figure, like, I don't know what's going on over here, but that's very interesting to me, and I'm gonna figure it out because I wanna get over here. So they're going to be invested, they're going to be more invested in somebody who's presenting them with a puzzle or a mental challenge that's going to be part of their attraction to this person, whether it's a friend or something else. I'm pulling on this Ace of Pentacles. Oh, Nine of Swords and the Lovers. So this person is thinking about this. That's that... It's not really stress. It might be a little bit of stress, but that android girl, this is like, I want to be with this person. I want to be with them. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it a lot. Hyper-focused. I'm hyper-focused on this. I'm going to put our King of Wands on the top of this little pile here. And I'm going to put I know this person's the Empress and the Emperor, but I'm going to put our Nine of Coins. It's a little bit more equal. Our Nine of Coins, I'm going to move these over here. And then we're going to see what these people are like creating together at the moment. What these people are creating at the moment is judgment. We have some decision making going on here. That also could be these people could feel called to each other. This is like there's thinking going, there's processing going on. So these two people have to know each other in some way, and they're thinking, they're processing about what they know, what they feel. They're looking at things, they're assessing things, both of them. Page of Pentacles, and it is likely that at least on this person's side, the King of Wands, there will be a giving, and I don't know about a receiving. Let me go ahead and pull. So there's our King of Wands, and then our Nine of Pentacles. So let's see, what's over here? The Ace of Swords, so that's the presenting, okay? Like, that's active, but it could be, like, this Page of Pentacles, there could be, like, a gift or something involved here, or a date, somebody asking somebody out on a date, but this person's going to be forthright about something. That is the giving. I'm coming to tell you something. It could be over dinner. It could be any number of things. But that is the yang energy is over here. And now let's check what this Nine of Pentacles person is going to do. Unclear. This person might not realize that this is going to happen. I don't know if that means that they're going to, like, it depends on how they perceive this person. It depends. Because the Three of Wands is sort of like, I am on to better things, and maybe, I don't know. They're going to think about it. They don't know. They don't know. Two of Coins. So there's not a full receiving here on this Nine of Pentacles person. Yeah, no, look at that. See? Like, that's kind of like, I don't know who that is. I don't, it's the King of Pentacles is who it is, but it like, and hey, like, I don't know, Hierophant as well, but this person, this privileged lady is like really guarded, really guarded. Page of Wands, like, they're gonna hear what this person has to say, but it's not an immediate yes from whoever that Nine of the privileged lady. It's not an immediate yes, but they're sort of looking at their own things. Like, their priority is whatever that they're creating, whatever future that they are headed to, and they're like, I don't know that I can incorporate another person into this. I don't know. So they're not totally closed down, but it's a challenge. It's just a challenge to get whoever that is to let somebody else in with whatever they're doing, with their life, with whatever. So let's go ahead and get the final advice outcome. And then, we're going to close with the Son and the Father, finally. After all this time, we're returning to the old ways. Well, at the moment, final advice outcome is, here's our privileged lady, right? Queen of Pentacles. It could be our king as well. The king is still in the deck. Something needs to coagulate here. But this is sort of like, our privileged lady is kind of occupied by something, is unaware of something going on behind their back. Work going on behind their back, okay? And it's not bad. It's just that whoever that android girl is, whoever the King of Wands is, they have not yet revealed, like, I'm going to say their true intention. Their true intention. They've probably spoken to this person probably a number of times. They know, like, these two people, like, know each other in general, but there's been no, like, formal, like, hey, I like you, and I would like to take you to fancy spaghetti dinner, okay? Like there's been no that. These would just be, like, amicable interactions. Yeah, Nine of Wands. I might not be able to report on whatever that work is that this person's doing. It's sort of like, no, you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, world. It's sort of like this, the King of Wands, whoever they are, they're doing something. They are preparing, and I kind of can't talk about it because if you are the privileged lady, then I would be giving stuff away. And if you are the King of Wands, android girl, you would not want your plans revealed. Because again, like that, the King of Wands, I don't know that they're controlling, but they like, they have certain ways about them too. I kind of don't like this as a final statement though. Like it's, like, can you give me something, please? Because they're telling me to just move on, but I'm just gonna see if I can't say it like a little bit better. It's the writer in me. I want like a very strong, like closing, like boom, like you end your chapters in a, like you need the mic drop. You end your chapters in a certain way and you end your book in a certain way. And like the way I just ended it is like not it. Just like, oh yeah, this is kind of going on. It's like, no, like, bleh, like you gotta have like a statement. And that just might be my fault, trying to do it off of the cuff. Because right when I'm writing a novel, I get to go a lot of drafts and go like, no, 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 yes, like this sounds much better. Ooh, thank you. Then's like a better, then, thank you. I appreciate you. We have the Four of Wands, the King of Coins, and the Nine of Cups. What would make this person, part of this person's, our, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, out on the boards together. What would make this person very happy is some form of relationship with this other person, a deepening of the relationship. It would make them very happy, and they do intend to do it. Okay, so there, that's the final statement. And so, my fellow magicians, let us all reach out and touch faith and get a little bit of our own personal Jesus on it. For Jesuses today, Jesus says, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. So, I mean, the Queen and King of Coins are very abundant people. And so, and the King of Coins can be a little bit of a hedonist sometimes. That can be a representation of Bacchus or Dionysus. And so they might, like, their idea of the sort of relationship that they want to have with whoever that privileged lady is a very rich one, okay? Jesus also says, how much more will the Heavenly Father give the Holy Spirit to those who ask Him? This is actually about dragon energy in this case, which would be with that King of Wands. The King of Wands is kind of pulling on all their yang, right? Because they're just like, I see that. I see it's guarded. That means it's worth something, and it's worth it to me. Like, I need to go get that because, like, there wouldn't be so many defenses on that thing if there wasn't something incredibly valuable on the other side. And so, yeah, that's mine. I am the King of Coins, and I get all the treasure. Dragon energy. There we go. And also, Jesus says, your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Ooh. Now, I know it's Jesus, okay, but like, just saying. This person, hold on, where is he? Okay, like, look, okay, here's our person, right? Our yang. Here's our yang energy. Your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Girl. Just a little bit. Just saying. Jesus finally says, it is more blessed to give than to receive. So this person, they're like, I want to hesitate on love language right now, but the way that they, I mean, it's the King of Pentacles, right? The way that they would show their affection is through gift giving, through lavishing things, perhaps lavishing affection as well. But like I said, Android girl, that's someone who's a little bit colder. They might be less of an emotional lavishing person and way more of a thing or an experience lavishing person. You know, and that, you know, we're not getting into the nitty gritty of that yet. But so anyway, that's what Jesus says. And so let us officially close out with the words of the highest authority. That highest authority, of course, being Bob. Our Father, who art in heaven. We close with the word of Bob, which is good all the time. All right, Bob says, these things live right in your brush. All you have to do is shake them out. You know, I got shake it off on that, but it could just be because I have Taylor Swift on the brain. These things live right in your brain. Oh, this is likely going to be a lot easier than someone thinks. Like whatever process that these two are going through, it's going to happen very organically. So if I am talking to anybody who's a little bit like, oh, is it going to happen? Like, is this going to work out? Like, I would say don't psych yourself out on either side. It's probably going to happen in the best way possible. Bob also says, we just show you how, but you make the decisions. When you have this much power, you have to make big decisions. So these people, I don't know if they're aware of it or not, are being guided. Like there is something spiritual about this connection or guided. Because judgment was there for when I'm saying these two are deciding certain things about each other. This is also very much like that call. Like if these two people legitimately feel called towards each other, they are going to be doing energetic work together. Which I don't know what the energetic work for that King of Pentacles, King of Wands is, but the work, like the part of that 10 of Wands on the privileged lady side is letting somebody in, receiving. The receiving she's blocked, girl. That person can do, but they have a little bit of trouble with their receiving. Interesting for the privileged lady, Empress. But I don't know, what they've received in the past may have been subpar, so let's not judge. Bob finally says, anything that you try and you don't succeed, if you learn from it, it's not a failure. So there are karmic lessons on this. And this person, this king, the King of Wands, King of Pentacles, daddy, zaddy, whatever, they might have already tried something that didn't work out, but then they kind of they're not deterred. So this is someone, if they had been lightly rejected by this person, or like, let's say, I don't know what happened, right? If that person tried to make an approach and then they saw like this person, they felt the boundary, right? They felt the boundary, or they saw the boundary, they saw oh, I'm not getting in that way. Not that way. This person didn't like go off completely dejected. They might have had a little bit of, disappointment, but then they their little, Android girl brain started working, and they were like, okay, well, not that way. So I got to find the way. Do you know the way? Okay. So that's kind of on that person's side. And then on that privileged lady's side, it's true that boundary didn't come from nowhere. And so part of the letting down of that boundary is going to be, it might be that the fact that this person is going to keep reapproaching, just the persistence, that they are not deterred, right? Like there's something very, like a guru about that. It's sort of like when the supplicant or the acolyte is approaching the guru in some versions of that story, the guru always turns them away. Like, no, not you. No. And like part of the test of that is, they're going to come back over and over and over again. And they're going to keep And so they have to deal with that. But also eventually that privileged lady would have to actually let someone in. So what that means is that privileged lady can't be unreasonable. The second that the privileged lady gets unreasonable, they've lost the game. If someone is actually showing you consistency and determination and the fact that they want to be there and you're just stubbornly going no, then you do not deserve the thing, right? So, my fellow magicians, this is reality, and I am your GM, your game master for this, the game of life. But it is we who are the greatest magicians of the age, and perhaps the greatest magicians of all time. And together, you and I will perform the greatest magic trick of all time. We will reverse the polarities of the world, make America great for once, fly this boat to the moon somehow, shift the world onto the mega happy timeline, perhaps leaving it a much better place than it ever has been before. Because, my fellow magicians, nothing stays. In 50 years or so, it's going to change, But oh, it's heaven nowadays.